fucking whole family, coming after your job, your well-being, everything, bro.
You know, the respondent has a history of doing this over many years. There's probably at least 4 or 5 individuals with protective orders against him currently. And I hadn't heard from him in 5 or 6 years since the last time he threatened me. He happens to be my older adopted brother. He's also done something similar to my other biological brother, as well as my parents, who have all sought protective orders against him. And now I'll go to
Mr. Jordan Lewis. Mr. Jordan Lewis, let me go ahead. Let me interrupt you really quick. I'm adopted too, but to me that really doesn't matter because he's your brother. So you don't have to differentiate between the two because even though I'm adopted, but go ahead.
Understood, Your Honor. I do think it is relevant because, you know, there's been issues with that my whole life. I received about 6 or 7 phone calls, as well as text messages threatening that there's going to be reparations against me, that he will be contacting my wife and employer. On the same day, he sent repeated calls and texts to my parents, and left them voicemails as well, coming for my legal license and my career and my job. So this is a screenshot of the missed calls from my telephone. Now, as you'll see, there's one call in there that's no caller ID. He uses, he's a professional stalker. He does this to many people. So he uses these apps that mask his number. So that's why it looks like all within a span of 5 minutes, my wife, who was sitting right next to me, called me, as well as my dad, friends of mine, you know, my wife a number of times while she was sitting next to me. So these calls are all from him, and he also left.
That's not true, Your Honor. That's not true, Your Honor. I called him. That is not true, Your Honor.
Mr. Jared Lewis, let me tell you, everybody on him, I will go ahead and take judicial notice that both sides think the other side's lying. So I'll hear from you in a second, okay?
Do you think you're gonna get away with a fucking innocent girl, bro? I'm never gonna let it happen, bro. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after your fucking whole family. I'm coming after your job, your well-being, everything, bro. I'm coming after you. You ain't getting away with it, bro. No matter how fucking hard you try to fucking leave the state like a little pussy because you knew you were gonna fucking lose your law license. No matter how hard you try, bro, I'm coming after you. I'm gonna tell Lindsay's father, Lindsay's mother, everybody what you did. You're a fucking clown. You're a fucking and I can't wait to put you in prison so you get fucked in your fucking ass every day like you deserve. I swear to God, I'm gonna get my day. I promise you. I will not stop until I do.
Okay, I will now play. Then, yeah, he then left a voicemail on my work phone that I will play.
Mr. Lewis, what was the date on that call?
January 30th, Your Honor. Okay, and this one is the same day. This is immediately thereafter he started calling my work phone. So I'm going to play it now.
Okay.
That's what happens when you somebody.
Hey, Jordan Lewis, it's your brother. And guess what? I'll call you at whatever number I have to. But I'm telling you right now, you're not getting away with my cousin. 100%. You're not practicing law. You're done. Okay, pal? All right? So whatever you want to do, call me. 516, that's my number, bro. Okay? Be a man. Stand up for yourself and stop hiding, bro. Okay? Your wife, her family deserves to know what you are. You don't deserve the child that you have. That's why your child was born in the situation that she was born in, because of you. Okay? I pray that she's okay, and I don't wish nothing bad on anybody. But I will tell you this, man. Reparations are coming for you, bro. I'm gonna make sure that you suffer for the rest of your life, just like I've suffered the whole beginning of my life because of what your fucking sick mother and sick father did to me as a kid. Okay? Now it's coming for you. You're done. I promise you that.
Okay, I'll now play there was a subsequent voicemail. It's much shorter that was left right after that on my work phone.
Same date?
Next call, pal.
Yes, Your Honor. This is immediately right after.
Next call, pal. I'll talk to you soon when you got the balls to answer the phone. And we'll see.
The next voice message, Your Honor, was left same day. I believe this next one is left on my mother's phone. However, it's relevant because there are physical threats.
I object, Your Honor. That has nothing to do with this case.
Well, I think, Your Honor, when you hear the physical threats.
Mr. Jordan Lewis, that's on your mom's phone, and it wasn't a call to you.
He makes physical threats to me in the call, Your Honor.
But where is your mom so that she can authenticate it?
She's in North Carolina, and she's also filed an order of protection against him, setting forth all of these facts in the petition there as well. Which
In an effort to protect this man who's a who's going to be arrested in the next week or two by the NYPD for.
Right, so Mr. Jared Lewis, I'll hear from you in just a minute. Anything else other than that message from your mother, Mr. Jordan Lewis?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You don't, Your Honor, I mean, how is it not relevant where he threatened to beat the fucking shit out of me?
Your mom would have to be here to authenticate it. You know the rules of evidence. I can't,
Well, Your Honor, his message, he states who he is and he states who he's talking to. It's the same voice, and he says, "Mom." He threatened.
It's a message to her. It's not a message to you, Mr. Lewis. So just move on to the next one. I've heard these three. What else?
Okay, let me see.
You told him to stop calling you.
I'm sorry?
When have you told him to stop calling you?
He never did, Your Honor.
When have I told him to stop calling? I of course I did. I told him not to contact me, and it's probably 6 years ago, Your Honor, the last time you were threatening me.
You never said that.
And Jared Lewis, I'll hear from you in just a second. Go ahead, Mr. Lewis. What else you got?
Sure. So I guess let me just check this voicemail. I think you're not going to want to hear it because these are threats made against me to my parents.
Well, I don't want to hear the voicemail to your parents' phone. I want to hear anything else directly to you.
But there was no threat to him, Your Honor. There was no physical threat to him. There was no terroristic threat. And there was no harassment, and there was no stalking.
I'm putting you back on mute because you keep interrupting. I said I'm not going to hear the voicemail to y'all's parents. So go ahead, Mr. Lewis. Next, move on.
Okay, so this is the protective order filed by my father that he'll have a hearing on in the state of North Carolina in a few days. Are you interested in seeing? This is verified.
I see that he's got a TPO, and that's fine. So he filed it there instead of here. I got it. He's filed one. I'll just take notice of that, but I don't need to see the content.
Sure. Here's one that's filed by my mother.
Okay.
Okay. Now, about 5 years ago, he did the same thing to my other brother.
Object, Your Honor. This is irrelevant.
This is where he obtained an order of protection against him. And I'll show you if you want to see more, but pretty much he filed false reports with Child Protective Services in the state of New York, claiming that my brother, just as now,
that's just your brother. Just focus on what else he's done to you specifically.
Your Honor, I think it's highly relevant that he has outstanding warrants violating.
He's got some. That's fine. I don't need to know the details. They were granted. That's good enough. You got they were granted. That's good enough for me.
Okay, so it's not relevant. For example,
all I really want to hear about right now, Mr. Jordan Lewis, is anything else between the two of you.
Okay, 1 second. Here's a threat that was made to me as well as my brother and his ex-wife. This is a text message from Jared.
Is that to you?
This is to my brother. You, Andrew, and Jordan. That's my name, Jordan.
Mr. Jordan Lewis. That's here's. I mean, it's him. It's not your brother's. What else between you and him only?
No, Your Honor, I think the threats that were made to me were sufficient. But, you know, I do think that that he has a history of doing this to many people is relevant. So, you know.
Okay, all right, Mr. Jared Lewis, let me hear what else you got to say now.
Your Honor, as far as the complaint's concerned, I mean, it states on there terroristic threats, harassment, harassing communications, stalking. Nothing that I have done, fits those definitions. He's an attorney, as you well know. He should not be practicing law as far as I'm concerned. And he's going to be arrested within the next couple of weeks by the NYPD. My story can be verified with the.
What I'm concerned with is not any type of, I mean, you know, I don't know Mr. Lewis. He's a member of the bar.
Correct, which he should not be.
So, well, I mean, he passed the very vigorous background check and everything else that they do before you can get admitted to the bar. He's admitted to the bar. So he's of the character that he was able to take the state bar. And once he passed it, he was admitted to practice law in the state of Georgia. So, but what I want to know is why you keep calling him when he doesn't want you to call him.
Well, I was never informed that he didn't want me to call him. I figured that he would want to know that he's going to be arrested. My parents as well should know that he's getting arrested. Nothing that I've done as far as communicating with them that has been a threat. I said, yeah, he's done. He shouldn't be practicing law. Yes, that's correct. That's the truth. That was not a threat, though, Your Honor. There was no threats of physical violence. There was no threats of me coming there. I live in New York, Your Honor, on Long Island. There was no threats of me coming to Georgia or to anywhere else that he may be to intimidate him or anything like that. So therefore, I kind of feel like this is just a last way of silencing me and my cousin from getting himself arrested and losing his license to practice law, which is inevitably what's going to happen to him. You know, like I said, I basically don't feel like there's any need for a restraining order or anything like that because there is no physical threat or any type of violence that will be ensued. Everything will be done legally, of course. My cousin is in the process of pressing charges against him. He's already verified this story with the FBI.
Mr. Jared Lewis, that's not relevant to here today. So anything else you want to say about what here today that's going on between the two of y'all?
Yeah, like I said, well, no, anything. I think I've already said it. You know, like I said, there was no threat, no stalking, no harassment, as he stated on this fraudulent report that he made up with. He also said that I called him from other numbers and things like that. No, I did not, Your Honor. I called him from my number. I left him a message at his work, and I left him a message on his two cell phones. One message a piece. There's nothing else to it other than that. Which is, I mean, I didn't know calling somebody was against the law, Your Honor.
Your Honor, sorry, I actually forgot that there was an additional voicemail that was left with my employer that I'd like to play.
When you say left with your employer, you mean left like on the main line?
I'll tell you right now, I reported him to his employer. And it's been going on for 20-something years, and now he's going to sit here behind his law desk and try and hide from it, is basically what's happening here, Your Honor.
Well, now, I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not making any sort of judgment on anything, but right now he is a member in good standing. Period. So that's all I know. You know,
Your Honor, would you like me to play the voicemail that was left with my employer?
I don't think I need you to play it. I think of anything else.
No, I hope you were able to hear the recordings well enough to hear the threats that I quoted in the petition.
I was. All right. Anything else, Mr. Jared Lewis?
No, that's it, Your Honor, I guess. Thank you.
Okay. Well, you know, whatever's going on anywhere else, that can take place. He doesn't want you to call him. I mean, he says he's made it clear. I would think if I'd receive phone calls like this, that I would also make it clear that I didn't want whoever's calling, leaving me messages like that, not to call me. So I'm going to put this in place for 12 months. So, Mr. Jared Lewis, you can't call him, can't reach out to him, can't contact him, can't have third parties contact him, there's something that you think has going on somewhere else, then let law enforcement do what they got to do. But you need to leave Mr. Jordan Lewis alone. And as long as both of you have put your emails in the chat, I'll send you a copy of the order later this afternoon.